win?
I don't know. Let's try that one more time. Guys, I wasn't here last week, so I really miss your energy. Let's try this one more time. How are you guys doing this week?
Nice, there it is.
That was better.
That was a good welcome back.
That was better.
Guys, we are so excited to be hanging out with you tonight. Welcome to our kickoff party.
I know. How many, do you have a record of how many ice cream cones you have eaten? I think I've seen you guys grab multiple over and over again. Mayo, you did not have 10. Zane, I believe you might have had 5.
5 ice cream cones?
That's a lot.
That is a lot, but that is so good.
If you weren't lactose intolerant, you're pretty sure you are now. Greeting. Is
Alex,
that milk?
Yes.
Yeah, it is. Just
but here's the real question. Would you choose an ice cream sandwich or a drumstick?
Oh, drumstick all the way.
Okay. That tells me a lot about you. I like you. I would choose a drumstick as well. Yeah.
Says a lot about a person.
I don't understand the people that would choose an ice cream sandwich.
I don't know. It's just so...
That's just my opinion.
It's just kind of boring.
It is boring.
With the ice cream cone, you get like a different texture every bite, you know?
You're right. You're right.
Crazy.
Guys, if you are new with us tonight, or maybe you're not new with us, we want to introduce ourselves. So my name is Brittany. I'm one of the ministry leads here on the youth team.
My name is Alex. If you guys haven't met me, thank you, Mayo. I oversee all the male small groups, and sometimes they allow me to come up with some pretty awesome games.
That's true. Alex does have a fun time coming up with games.
Yeah.
Guys, we are really glad that you're here. Thanks for coming to our kickoff party, and thanks for bringing friends. We had a ton of you guys share our promo that was going around about our kickoff party, and a ton of you guys texting in, letting us know that you invited your friends. So in just a few minutes, we have a giveaway. But first, I want to tell you how you guys can stay connected with us. If you're following our Instagram, can you give me a loud shout so that I know? Nice. Okay, so this section right here is.
Does this section just not have Instagram?
I don't think anyone over here is.
At all? No?
No.
Wow, good for them.
Guys, we post a lot on Instagram, and we want you guys to stay in the know of everything that we have going on around here. So if you're not following us, you need to be. We are Real Life Youth 78_PF. We also have a TikTok, and we have a text blast that you can text into. So you can text RLMMS to 84576. Something we did with all of you who are texted into our text blast is we told you guys that we were going to do a giveaway. So if you haven't texted into that, then you don't know about our giveaway, and you don't get to win.
Yeah, then you missed out.
Bummer.
How many of you guys sent in the screenshots and stuff?
Yes.
Great, so I can put a face to the text messages I've gotten 11:30 at night, trying to go to bed. My phone's just going.
Just barely making the cut.
I'm like, no.
They're
Just
making
because
it
you
work.
texted me so late, I'm
excited for all of you that did do the text in. You guys are super awesome. So Alex,
yes.
Do you know who our winner is for the giveaway? Wait, what are we giving away?
I don't know. What is it again? We are giving 100. Listen to this. This is kind of crazy. I don't know why or what would make you think it'd be a great idea to buy a $150 pair of shoes, but I'm sure you guys can find something. I know one of our leaders, Mayo, won that when he was in high school.
He did.
And he's actually wearing the shoes right now that he won with this giveaway.
Look at that.
So,
Alex, are you saying that you wouldn't want a $150 pair of shoes?
I'm saying if I were to be given $150 to buy a pair of shoes, I'd buy like 80 decent shoes. And I'd just be good for the rest of my life.
That's fair. I can respect that.
I'd be good for the rest of my life. Anyways, so the whole point of this raffle, you guys are gonna send in your screenshots of what you've shared, and we had a very intricate system of how we pick the winner. So, some of you guys sent in a screenshot, and once you did, you were automatically entered into this raffle. So, with that being said, who is ready to find out if you won $150?
You guys ready?
We
need a drum roll. Drum roll, please.
Let's get a drum roll. The winner of the $150 that goes towards your shoes is... Guys, so I'm from San Diego, and the weather outside has just been great. It's just hot. Sorry, was I doing something?
I see what you did there. I like that.
Something?
That's
Sorry.
good.
I get sidetracked very easily. What was I doing again? Oh, giveaway. Okay, the winner of the $150 that goes towards your shoes is, I mean, seriously though, like the different colors in the leaves. Like, do you guys know how beautiful it is up here? It's great. You're right. I'm sorry. I'll talk to you guys afterwards. Okay, giveaway. Here we go. The winner of the $150 that go towards your shoes is Gracie Donahue. Is Gracie Donahue
Are you here? Gracie,
No,
are
that's
you
a
here?
dude standing up.
Do you exist?
Is Gracie Donahue here? No.
What
you're
if
a boy.
she's not here? Gracie, where? No.
Nope. If she's not
We
here.
had an imposter. Gracie, are you not here?
Gracie
Oh, my
Donahue,
Lord.
if you're not here, you do not get it. Going
Okay, are we
once,
sure she's not here?
Going twice, and sold to myself.
Sold.
Yeah. I think what we're gonna do, I mean, she did win the raffle.
She did a good job inviting her friends, too.
And she did. So
Yeah.
we're gonna try to contact her. And let's do this. I'm gonna contact her. If she does not respond, I will do this again next week.
Ooh.
And which will give you, and it's gonna bite me in the butt. Which you guys will have a whole week to send in more screenshots. But if you already sent in a screenshot, it does not count. So, Gracie Donahue, if you're not here, which I don't think you are, which is a bummer because you just missed out on
That
winning
is a
tonight's
bummer.
$150.
That's
We'll
a
figure that
bummer.
out, and I will let you guys know.
Hold,
you
please.
You
We'll
may
come
still
back.
have a chance of winning.
That's
Maybe.
true.
Probably not, but there is a chance.
Dang. Okay, well, Gracie, sorry.
You let us down.
Anyways, it's fine. Guys, we have been talking a lot about our merch out in the lobby these weeks. Have you seen our merch out there? Have you guys been buying it? No, they're saying no.
Hey, but we had our merch store actually walking around the lobby and you know.
We did. They were trying to
And
sell me stuff. Whoever
made
was
some
doing
sales.
that, I respect you. And this is my encouragement to all of you. Stop by the merch store, buy some stuff, represent the youth ministry. We have some cool things.
Those
We do.
socks, man, oof.
The socks. It's the socks for me. Alrighty, guys. Well, before we head into our next thing, which is a really fun game that Alex has planned, we want you guys to check out this youth group video.
All right, you guys, who's ready to play a game right now? I spent hours and hours.
They're ready. They were born ready for this game.
I just feel so loved tonight. Okay, the game is called Extreme Tic-Tac-Toe. Okay,
Extreme.
I'm a fan of Tic-Tac-Toe, but the tendency with Tic-Tac-Toe is that I get bored pretty easily just because you're just writing on a pencil and paper and it gets pretty boring. So we added a twist. We are gonna pick up, we're gonna pick 6 of you guys.
6.
And before, I'm not gonna call anyone right now. Not gonna call anyone right now.
Thank you.
The way this is gonna work, we're gonna have a line of 3 right here and a line of 3 right here. You
Ooh.
each are gonna get 1 beanbag. We have the green, and then Brittany has the red.
Christmas colors.
On the very end, in the very back, there is some blue tape. In the blue tape, I made a very crooked tic-tac-toe square, okay? So when you're up here, and I count you down, and I say go, you are gonna run with your beanbag, and I'm assuming you all know how to play tic-tac-toe. You're gonna try to get 3 in a row. Once you get to the blue tape, you can't throw it, okay? Don't kick the other person's beanbag out of the way.
Rude.
I know, cheaters. I totally would not do that if I was in middle school. I would run to the end. I'm gonna place it down. As soon as you place it down, you're gonna run back, give the person that's in line, next in line, a high five. As soon as they do that, Make sure you give a high five. If the person goes and you don't get a high five, they have to come back and do it again.
Oh.
Once they get a high five, the next person's gonna go, and you're gonna try to be the first team to get 3 in a row.
Nice.
Does that make sense?
So you have to be fast,
They
and
have to
you
be
have
fast.
to high five.
And what?
And you have to high five. That's the
Yes,
trick.
and you have to high five. Okay, so with that being said, Brittany, can you pick 3? It can be boy or girl.
Okay.
I will pick 3.
Ooh, a little mixer.
Let's do Zane.
Okay.
Get up here. You in the middle. Get up here.
The guy in the hat.
And
I don't know what that is, but I
Lily.
like it.
Get on up here. All right, you 3.
Yep, yep. Okay, I got 2. And then I'm gonna
Zane.
pick, okay, you right there. Okay, right here. Yeah. Okay, you're on this team, right here.
Lily, right here.
Okay, these are your 3 feedback
Okay,
guys.
there you
Ready?
go.
Okay, did you
All right,
see
you
where
guys
I
are gonna go in the
was
line right there. Does everyone know how to play tic-tac-toe? All right.
You have to high five your teammates.
Important rule. You are to go 1 at a time.
So you can watch them.
So do not send your whole team. You're gonna be going 1 at a time. So up first, we have you 2 right here. As soon as you go set yours down, you're gonna come back, give the next person in line a high five. As soon as you get that high five, you are heading off and you are going. You 2 in the front are gonna go in the same time. Sound good?
Same time.
All right, here we go. You might wanna move, you might get trampled. All right, here we go, we'll count them down.
Can you say that for me?
Ready, everyone together from 3. 3. Go, go, go. All right, if you're next in line, you better be ready to move. Place it down, make sure it stays in your square. Once you get the high five, nice, Zane, good. And go. First one to get 3 in a row. Oh, that might not have been the best move. Here we go, first 3 in a row. And winners, good job. We have the green team that brought it in first. Well done. There was a couple times where you could have diverted them, but you didn't. Okay, good job, green team, well done. Can I have one of you guys bring your bring bags back to the front? Thank you.
Nice.
Well done. We're gonna do one more round.
One more round for redemption?
You guys, good job. Sorry, try again next time. Go grab a seat.
Oh, okay.
Sorry, that's what I saw.
Thank you.
All right, now what we're gonna do, I need you guys to nominate your leaders. If you see your
Ooh.
leader, nominate your leader,
edition.
send them on up. I need 3 leaders, I got 1. 2
Taryn.
more. Mayo,
Taryn.
get up here. I need 1 more leader.
Okay, we need leaders. Lee. We got
One
Lee,
more.
Taryn, and Harrison. Come on. Lee, Taryn, and Harrison.
Come on,
Becky, you got this. Taryn, you better win.
Once Becky comes back and gives you a high five, you want one up? Okay,
Leader edition. Sorry, leaders, you didn't even know this was gonna happen.
All right, leaders, in case you didn't hear, only 1 person is going at a time. You have to give the person next in line a high five before they go. You can't. 1 person at a time.
1 person at a time.
Okay, you guys got it? All right.
I'm so excited for this.
I'm excited. We never do leader stuff.
I know,
That's why
we
we're doing it.
should. We need to.
All right, here we go. Let's count them down. Go, go. Oh, Mayo off with the quick start.
Mayo should be
Place it down, make sure
disqualified.
it stays. Nice. All the way back, all the way back, all the way back. Go, 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 go.
You guys are
she
doing
lost the
awesome.
shoe.
She lost the
Whoa,
shoe.
you better fix the green. You better fix the green. It's not going to count.
Ooh,
Hey,
red
green
team's
team,
gonna
you better
take
fix
the
it.
W.
Oh, Lee's off. Oh, winners. Lee Brown with the win. Wow.
Guys,
well
nicely done.
leaders. Hey, this side, I'm sorry. The effort was there. You lost a shoe doing it. That's great. Okay, well done. Thank you very much. You can bring him up on the stage. All right.
You and I are staying up here.
Okay. Cool. Well done, you guys. Hey, who likes seeing your leaders coming up and actually playing the game?
That was fun.
That was pretty great.
Alex, we have some things.
Oh.
Some surprises.
Guys, what do you guys call these? Yeah, buy them.
Wait, what do you call it?
A visor.
Oh, okay.
No, I said buy them.
Okay,
No,
buy
I don't call
them.
I'm not that weird.
Buy them.
So we have some merch. Are we giving these away?
Yeah, you and I are.
Oh, I'm just gonna throw them?
But I like that you're like telling them all about it. That's good. Keep doing that.
Oh, no, that's great, yeah. Guys, I get to throw stuff at you. Who wants the bucket hat? Yeah.
Nice.
Okay, don't kill each other.
Okay, who wants this really cool youth hat? Everyone.
Oh, nice throw. You made it to 2 rows in the front.
I tried.
All right, what about the black visor?
Nice.
You ever like just play with fish in a fish tank? It's kind of the same thing.
That's so good.
Right to Becky.
Guys, again, that is your encouragement to go buy some merch because we have so much of it. But what Alex and I really want to do right now is we want to let you know that youth group happens every single Wednesday, even during the holidays. We do youth group all year round. And so we just want you to know that you are welcome back here next week and every single week of your middle school career because we are here and we want you to continue to be a part of youth group with us. So
Yeah.
come back next week. The only difference about next week is going to be that we won't have free pizza and soda and ice cream. You will have to pay $1.50 for that, but that's okay. That's fine.
It's totally worth it.
Yeah,
You
it's
guys
so
have
worth it.
$1.50, right?
You got that. That's
Yeah.
pocket change. You can probably find it in the cushions of your couch, right? So we want to invite you back next week. Another thing that we want to share with you is the next 3 weeks, we have some really fun games happening. This is Alex's favorite part.
Guys, so we did something nice for you. Usually what I like to do is I like to throw you up here and you have no idea what you're gonna do for the game. Well, now I'm actually being nice. So, in advance, from October 6th to October 27th, these are the amazingly fun games that we will be playing this October. We have Finish the Lyric, which is great. I'm gonna put a spin on that. Human curling, do you guys know what curling is? You watched the Olympics? We have the Glizzard Toss, which was when I came up here to interview, you guys did this game.
Really?
I'm like, this is the best game ever.
You were instantly hooked.
So we're gonna do that. And then one of my favorites, Go Nuts for Donuts.
That one is one of my favorites too.
Yeah, that's a great one. Okay, so we were nice and we laid it out all for you guys.
For you guys, so that you guys have something to look forward to, and then we also have something to look forward to. So we'll be handing those out tonight as you leave. We, again, just want to invite you back next week. So before Matt comes out to give a message, Matt is on the high school team. He used to be on the middle school team. He comes here often, so I'm sure a lot of you guys already know him. So let's get ready to listen to Matt.
by per game, and it was the coach's responsibility to make sure that each player got 2 minutes of game time at least. And he realized I had not yet reached my 2 minutes. So he had to put me in the game with a minute left to somehow win the championship round, and we were down by 2 points. And my coach was like, oh no.
I made a mistake. I let Matt sit on the bench too long. And I was like, yes, you did, coach. You absolutely made a mistake. So he put me in the game. And what happened, as soon as I got in, I was like, all right, here we go. We're doing this. And they turn over the ball to our team, which means we got the ball back, and we rushed down to the other side. And somehow, by the time we got to our side of the court, the ball was in my hands, and I was looking around, terrified and confused, and I was at the three-point line, not knowing what to do. Now, there was no one guarding me at this point because everyone in the league knew I could not score a point to save my life. So there was no one around me for about 10 feet. All around me, there's not a single person. I was standing there and I looked at my coach and my teammates, my coach, and the whole stands were yelling the same thing. Shoot it! Shoot it! So I sat there, I closed my eyes, and I threw the ball as hard as I could towards the basket. And guess what? Guess what? I made the shot, and we won the game. I was the MVP, yes! Yes! Thank you, thank you. I appreciate the support. That was years ago, but I still hold on to that moment, the sweetest moment in my basketball career. So I want to ask you guys this question. I tell this story so I can ask this question. I made that game-winning shot. Did that game-winning shot make me the best player on the team? Well, let's think about this. Seeing as I literally made 0 points the rest of the season up to that point, could I have possibly been labeled as the best player on the team? No way. No way. And here's why. Here's why. Listen up. Here's why I could not be labeled the best player on the team. It's because a game-winning shot, a one big moment will never, ever, ever outplay consistency. Guys, tonight we're talking about consistency in our lives. How to be consistent in the habits that we build. There's a story that has completely revolutionized what consistency looks like in my own life. And it starts with two guys. The guys' names are Saul and David. Now Saul, some of you know this guy's name. Saul was the king of an up-and-coming nation called Israel. He was the king. He was a big deal. He was the first king that this nation had ever seen, and he was a good king for a little bit. He did things right starting off the bat, but quickly went downhill. He started off well, and then went downhill. There's another guy named David. So what happened when Saul was a great king, everyone was loving it. The Lord was good with that. He's like, yes, Saul's my guy. He's king. He went downhill and God said, okay, I got to find another guy who's going to lead this nation. So he picked this guy named David. He declared that David would be the next king of Israel. Now Saul did not like that, as he knew, I don't want to be replaced. I like being king. I like making my own decisions. I like doing what I want. So I don't like that there's this other guy coming to take my place. Saul spent a lot of the time after that trying to hunt David down and trying to kill David. Saul didn't like that David was gonna be king. So he tried to end David's life time and time again. So fast forward a little bit, what happens is Saul ends up dying, and then David comes and he takes the place of the king. And what happens typically in this time, when someone took the new place of the king, he would find the old king's family members, his relatives, and he would kill all of them. Sounds pretty harsh. It was pretty harsh. The reason he would do that is because he wanted to make sure no one would try and rise up and revolt against him. And the people who are most likely to do that would be the old king's relatives. So David, being the new king, he finds this guy named Mephibosheth. Can you guys say Mephibosheth? Mephibosheth. Yes, I think I'm gonna name my first child Mephibosheth. He finds this guy named Mephibosheth, and Mephibosheth was one of Saul's grandsons. David finds Mephibosheth, and guess what he does? He invites him to dinner. Now imagine if you're Mephibosheth, you're like, okay, all right. I don't think so, David. Nice try, you're not getting me. You know, you're David, just like, hey man, you wanna come over and, hang out? I know your grandfather tried to kill me several times. Why don't you just come over to my place? It'll be fun. Mephibosheth ends up going over and having dinner at David's house. And he was obviously worried. What's gonna happen? What's gonna happen is this guy gonna try and kill me, literally? What's gonna happen to me? And David looks at Mephibosheth and says, I'm gonna treat you like you're one of my own sons. And why would David do that? Why did David do that? David did that because he knew the heart of God. He understood what God's heart is. And there's a moment, as I was reading this, there's a verse right here I wanna read to you guys. It says, so Mephibosheth ate at David's table like one of the king's sons. Now, part of that is the honor of being able to eat at the table of the king is a big deal in that time. Another part of that is that eating at someone's table like their family is not a one-time deal. That's a lifetime deal. David said, I'm not only gonna invite you to dinner tonight, I'm gonna invite you to dinner tomorrow and the next day and the next week, and for the rest of your life, Mephibosheth, you get to eat at my table. Now, another thing about Mephibosheth is that when he was a kid, he suffered a pretty bad accident. He got dropped and he ended up being crippled in both legs. He couldn't walk. He couldn't walk. So David, when he invited him to the table, Mephibosheth is just thinking, what in the world? You have no reason to show me kindness. I can't offer you anything. I'm not gonna be part of your army. I can't even walk. Guys, as I was reading this story and as I was processing this story, this event that had taken place, something clicked in my brain, something occurred to me. You remember how I said there's a story that revolutionized my idea of consistency in my life? The reason is because I realized Mephibosheth represents me. Mephibosheth is a representation of me and you. And David represents God. You might be thinking, well, how come? Well, let me explain it. We, whether you like to admit it or not, we can't offer God anything that he doesn't already have. And God has everything. He's the king. He's got it all. Yet, because God cares about you and because God cares about me, he says, I want you to come eat at my table. I want you to be one of my children. You're gonna be my son. You're gonna be my daughter. I'm gonna treat you like my own kid because that's who God is. So you might be thinking, okay, what does this have to do with consistency? What does this have to do with being consistent in your own life? And I'll tell you, it's because when you accept Jesus as your Lord and Savior, that's where you accept the invitation to eat at his table, to dine with him, to be with him, to spend time with Jesus, not once. It's not a one-time deal, not twice, not three, but for the rest of your life. That's how the invitation is offered. So if you've accepted Jesus, sometimes what happens is we go, I got saved, I accepted Jesus, yes. That's all I've got to do. That's the end of the story. And that's not the case. In reality, accepting Jesus is actually the beginning of the story. Why? Because when we accept that, what happens? The Bible describes it as us gaining a new life. We get new life. We're alive. We get to live. Now, what's one factor, what's one thing you need to do in order to stay alive in real life? Eat. Sometimes bacon. Eat food. You gotta eat. You gotta be filling yourself. You do have to breathe, thank you. You have to eat food. So when God invites us to dine at his table, what he's really doing is he's inviting us to stay alive, to live and to survive and to thrive with him in this life. Does that make sense? When God invites us to eat at his table, just like David invited Mephibosheth, he invited him to a lifetime of consistent dining at the table. Guys, that's the offer that each and every one of us is given. Now, what's funny is sometimes when you're eating food, and you remember when you were a kid and your mom would, bring out like cauliflower and you're like, ugh. I hate cauliflower. It's terrible. Give me some steak. I need some steak. I don't want cauliflower. Anyways. Sometimes the food that we eat is not always very exciting. Sometimes you read your Bible and you're like, okay, that was good. I didn't really feel phenomenal. It felt like just another day of reading your Bible. Sometimes you come to youth group or you go to small groups and you're like, okay, I didn't end in tears. I wasn't crying by the end of it. So it wasn't like that good of a small group, right? I didn't really get the feels, the feels. But that's okay, because similar to eating food, you don't always eat the meal that is gonna just be absolutely amazing. Sometimes you get the meal that's a little bit more boring. Sometimes you get the cauliflower, sometimes you get the steak. But either way, you have to eat in order to stay alive. Because what happens when you don't eat? You die, you get weak, you get sick. You stop operating and functioning to the fullest of your capacity. What happens spiritually, mentally, emotionally when you don't eat? When you don't fill your mind with good, nutritious things, you get weak, you get sick. You start becoming more susceptible to lies. Lies will come in, and you'll start to believe them easier and easier because you'll be more susceptible because you haven't spent time in the Word. Some of you in here today are like, I don't want to spend time with God. That sounds boring. Some of you in here today are going, I don't want to spend time with God because I don't really like God, or I don't believe in God. I don't really want to spend time with someone that won't interact back with me, someone that I'm having this tension with. What happens when we're with our friends and there's a friend that you have beef with or a friend that you had an argument with? Your gut reaction sometimes is to avoid that person, isn't it? When there's someone, a friend that you're like, man, I just had an argument. Sometimes what we can do is we can start to avoid that person. Some of you are doing that with God. And here's what I'd say is God's always wanting to reconcile that relationship with you. Guys, some of you need to sit down and have that conversation with him to reconcile some of that tension. I want to close with this last verse. It's one of my favorite verses of all time. It's in Revelation, the book of Revelation. In chapter 3, it says, "Here I am." This is Jesus talking. It says, "Here I am, I stand at the door and I knock. If anyone hears my voice and opens the door, I will come in and eat with that person and they with me." As we're talking about dining, eating with the Lord, spending time with him, building relationship with him, Jesus makes it very clear he wants that with you. He stands at the door and he knocks. And we have two options. We can either open the door, you can either open the door and let him in, or you can decide to keep it closed. You can decide to reject that option. Now, some of you are thinking, I haven't rejected Jesus. I just don't really know. I just haven't really given it much thought. I haven't really talked about it a ton. Let me use an analogy that might help you guys see this. How many of you know what Snapchat is? What happens, let me ask you a question. Maybe you guys can help me with this. What happens when you send a message to someone and then they read it and they don't respond? What's that called? Left on red. How many of you guys, if you sent a message to your crush on Snapchat and they read it and they left you on red, how many of you guys would feel rejected by that? Oh no, I can't believe they just left me on red. Jesus is sending you that message, guys. Now listen up, if you haven't heard anything else from all of tonight, listen to this. Jesus is sending you that message. He's sending you that message through his word, through people, through me right now. He's sending you the message saying, I want to spend time with you. I want a relationship with you. And some of you are gonna try and abdicate that and say, I don't want to respond. But what that's called rejection. Just like leaving someone on red. You hear it, you listen to it, and you don't respond. That's called rejecting Jesus. What I would encourage you to do is don't reject Jesus. And again, it's not a one-time decision. You let him in, and then the next day, you let him in again, and you dine with him again, and you eat with him again. You build that relationship. Guys, Jesus stands at the door and he knocks and he says, please, would you let me in? I want relationship with you. Each and every single one of you. I can look out and see your faces. Each and every one of you. I want relationship with you. Would you let me in and we can start that relationship together? Let's pray. Father, thanks for this time. Thanks for each and every student here. Lord, I pray that you would just reach them. God, meet them where they're at. Some of them are rejecting you, Lord, and God, I pray that you would just continue to pursue them. Lord, help them be courageous in their small group and open up. God, talk to their leaders about what's going on in their lives and their hearts. God, we love you. Thanks for you. Thanks for your heart for us and always pursuing us. Praise in Jesus' name. Amen.